Alright, welcome back folks. Welcome back to Interactive Studios, where we showcase the latest and greatest games. I'm your host DJ Beavis. We're going to continue our showcase of the Outer Worlds. And if you do have any questions, please do drop them in chat if you're on one of our retailer websites. Thank you for joining us. And please do click on the chat tab so you can interact with us live here in the studio. We're going to jump back into it. So we're just finished in Phileas's lab. And now we're going to, I think we're going to head over to the,
Did you bring me anything?
to the, what was it called? The Doomsday's ship, I think it's called, something like that. Let me double check. Groundbreaker ship, that's it. Hey, Miss Noss, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're well, thanks for joining us. Alright, so we're going to go into the Groundbreaker ship, because that way we can do these other side missions here and get them out of the way. But I also want to check some stuff here. Alright, so Terra 2 has the other side mission. Yeah, I'm good. I'm very, very, very good. Actually, I might. I don't know. Yeah, let's go here first. We'll go here. Oh, that's the freight port. Yeah, that's Byzantium. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Let's go to the Groundbreaker. Let's go to the Groundbreaker.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. Captain, I hope you made the right decision by...
Okay, so yeah, so she wants to get expansion site for Edgewater. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Edgewater. Alright.
Siding with MSI.
Can we talk?
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
That's hilarious.
Welcome back, Captain.
She's
How can I be of assistance?
she's giving her opinion.
Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated.
Oh,
Was there
not good.
another topic on your mind? No, I am sure I cannot feel emotions. The memory has merely disrupted one of my processors. Glitches can be quite uncomfortable.
No, that's not good.
It was my fault he died. I should have predicted the statistical unlikeliness of success of my captain's actions. In fact, I did, but illogically disregarded the results. He asked me to trust him. Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields, while also operating our ship's toasters. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning. The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express purpose of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information regarding my birth. I asked once. Alex did not build me, and would not say who did.
Alright, let's get Vic and Max. I'll leave Naoka, and I'll take Vic and Max because he wants to find that gentleman. Fast travel is very convenient. Love fast travel.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing this by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about anything else before we moved on? That's on account of how I never met her.
Oh, wow.
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening. Yes, well, now that we're here, can we check in with security? I'd like to track down that scholar. If I can access the data cartridge from the terminal in security, I can easily hack into their arrivals and departures registry.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That'll give us dates, times, and the crew manifests for every registered ship. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space.
As always, I am at your disposal. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated. What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you? A commendable attitude.
Nice.
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Alright. Let's find this terminal.
That's not the point.
So let's make sure we're still going in the right direction. Yes.
This halfway just knocked out one of my work.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker.
Nice.
His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well,
Yeah.
you won't hear any complaints from me.
Should
Oh,
have
and if
done
you're
that.
headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Wow.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Jun Lei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
That's hilarious.
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
Have you done this one,
They
Darren?
strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads.
Say,
Sublight
Beanie?
gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Okay.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Be seeing you.
Move along.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering. Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is. Not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one, but 2 officers. Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you. Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand? Then get to business or get moving.
That's hilarious.
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sonita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore. I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away. We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something. All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew Scholar shipped in and out with.
Here we go. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
So how are you supposed to get in there? How are you supposed to access the terminal? Oh, through here.
There it is. Just yank the drive and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, mister? Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
So much dialogue.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters. Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly. They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the trap captains and contractors in the system have worked for her. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning. Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much and Commandant Sunita's got to reprimand me again and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Can't speak for the captain, but I'm used to listening to folks drone on about their pointless, depressing lives.
Wow.
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this. That's what I'm here for, sir. Sure, and stuff from outside the system, too. Off the interstellar freighters. That's why we also have so many armed Mardettes on duty here. That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here too, then. All right. Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless. Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it? I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright. Ooh, Sultana Sira. Heavy weapons. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. let's okay, let's have a look. So what's Vic and Max got? So he's got a sawn-off shotgun, so let's give him that. And he's got that melee weapon too, so we could probably, oh yeah, we'll swap that over for later for him. So what I'll do now is break down the rest. Actually, we'll give him the helmet because he's going to need it. There you go. We'll get rid of his clothing later once we find some more for him.
Huh?
Alright, so what's the journal say? Give the data cartridge to Vic and Max. Alright.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
So we gotta go back to Monarch.
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
Oh. So we need to go to Monarch, back to Monarch. So much to do. Oh, let's go meet this engineer.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
12% more crud.
Oh, wow. Wow. Look at the adverts.
Mechanicals all
You learn.
assholes in their big interstellar freighters. One nearly rammed me on the way in.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Okay, so she's a vendor.
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire. Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You could take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering. No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
That's why we couldn't take them off.
Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty. A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list.
That's hilarious.
So, what can I get you?
Oh, she's got some really cool weapons. Yeah, but they're very low.
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1?
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bat.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report and
Carry on.
Your local war embassy.
Phineas.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed. Shock simulation restored. Initiating shock subroutine. How dare you? Shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol.
Hilarious.
May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
That's hilarious. Oh, door's here. It's confusing. It's like, oh, come on. Seriously.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
Some of these messages are pretty funny.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment.
That's hilarious.
Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. I'm sure there's plenty of both around these parts. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going, most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Not a problem, Captain. Ask away. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves.
Wow.
The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin.
Wow.
If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Nice. Okay.
Where are we headed? Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms?
Yep. They're massive.
What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater? Thomas only liked tools because I did. He wasn't interested. When I'd ask what he thought, he'd just shrug and say, whatever you think. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so now we need to...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed.
Wow.
The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens.
That's not cool.
This story brought to you by Halcyon News.
That's pretty bad. Oh, man.
All the news that's fit to broadcast.
That Chief Junlei sure seems swell, huh?
Let's go back to the ship.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed to the capture of Northern terrorist Phineas Brown. Report Inspector Vodka after Jace the Ranger.
Have yourself a pleasant day.
Oh wow. So I can't even get on the ship. Oh. Man, that's tough. Alright, let's have a look what else we can do then. uh,
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family.
oh, this guy.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the
Yeah.
radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of.
This guy sounds like a robot.
Sometimes I forget. Heard of it? My orientation Aether Wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
That's true.
Yeah. I hope they're gonna be okay.
That's a Spacer's Choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and make the best of it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Where can I get a hat like
You
yours?
would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon. I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on
How do you
delivering
brush your
exciting
teeth
new
in this
products to
in
our
the hat?
customers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Spread wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development. Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or
Yeah, I
anywhere
know.
in the Halcyon colony. Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed. Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated
Oh,
to
this is
Spacer
awesome.
Cares,
Some of the comments,
our premier
like,
corporate
it's just
welfare
unreal.
program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat. Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint. Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat. My job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have.
I want this guy on
There
my
are
ship. I want this
self-made
guy on my ship.
purgatories,
That'd
and
be
we
awesome.
all have to live in them.
It'd be great to have him on
Mine
my
can
ship.
be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be. It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to. Anything and everything. Whatever you want, we got it. And when you need a replacement, we got that too. Just the opposite. Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop buying new stuff. Oh, sorry. Got the line wrong. You want me to do it again? It's a script. If I don't follow it to a T, I might lose my job. You want me to do it right? Spacer's Choice items are always new, hot off the shelves, because customers just can't stop improving their lives with our fine products. You could go broke buying overpriced Aramid gear, or you could buy from us at a much more reasonable rate.
Hilarious.
That's why you should get a backup or 3. Become a frequent buyer. Join our Friendship Rewards
Friendship
program.
Rewards program.
Program currently unapproved in Alpha. Rewards and friendship pending.
This guy's cool. Awesome guy.
I know she's in there, Mburu.
CNP Borston Baked Beef.
Yeah, people won the thing before. That doesn't fit right. Oh, this is awesome.
Sublight Salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
Miss Lilia
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the Unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
There is always a catch.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
Ah, yes, Alta Vitae. I knew someone who inhaled it by accident. I'd never seen anybody spontaneously combust before.
I see your friend here is the brains of the operation. Good. Every salvage crew needs one. Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood? You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Well, that set me at ease.
That's hilarious. This is kind of cool.
We're not gonna have to hurt nobody.
Shouldn't have to. Alright. Sick bay.
Are you listening to me, Emperor? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making... See, Emperor? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed. Good luck getting to Jesse, and better luck if you do. It's a real piece of work.
Not without dispensation from Chief Jun Lei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. I'm expecting our delivery fellow to stop through with medical supplies and service auto mechanicals. Name's Captain Irion. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws. Keep hanging around, and I'll begin to think you're here for me. What can I do for you? You have yourself a day, then.
Okay. So, Interstellar flu.
I hope those automechs get here soon.
Quarantine operating room.
Still haven't found a good way to get the blood out from under my nails.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years. Udon was my buyer for when I'd acquired the diamond. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udam's deposit I'd spent. Udam Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Alright, so we've spoken with Jesse, good.
What do you think you're doing? Just don't complicate my job.
See, I could have used Paranoid and got a perk point for it, but I don't want to risk it, so I sort of say no. Let's go and get this guy.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report
Noticed terrorist. That's crazy. So many missions it gives you. So many missions, but there's a lot of dialogue. A lot of dialogue.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain. I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice. Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter? Watch out, something! Down you go! Nice hit!
Nice.
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. We'll cut them off.
We got him. We killed them all. I mean, there's so much to do in this game. It's crazy. All right. Cool. Alright.
It's so cozy.
There's hardly anything on this ship. You'd think they'll at least have like a lot more.
Incoming! Nice one!
I don't want to hurt you. Come here.
Oh, wow! What do you think you're doing? Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
So how am I supposed to get... How am I supposed to get this apart? Oh, up here.
Thing as pizza.
Here they come!
Nice one.
Not even close. Liz gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Got it? Heads down.
Nothing up there. Okay, what else we got? Alright, so talk to Junie. So much to do.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of foreign terrorists beneath ground. Report any sightings to your local war embassy.
Alright, so we'll talk to Juno. So go this way.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of foreign terrorists beneath ground. Report any sightings to your local war embassy.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Great.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
That's pretty funny. Okay, so workbench. Oh, it's over there.
Oh, look at us!
Strong help me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. That is, diagnostic says they're so they're not too picky about it.
Unexpected. Beginning security.
Here they go! That's the rest of them!
Captain.
Here we go!
Process searching for
Nice.
halt.
Look out! Wow! Great work!
That was easy.
That's the terminal.
I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead.
This is kind of cool.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you things.
Nice. Alright, so hopefully this will give us some brownie points. And we'll be able to get our ship off Udon. I think his name is Udon. We've got to go back to the Monarch and stuff. There's so much to do. It's crazy. Actually, did we access that terminal? I think we did. Yeah, I did.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak.
Nice.
I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Nice.
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget.
Wow.
Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayan, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job. But the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
Cool, we've done that. Good, that mission's done.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air.
Tossball finals. Alright, claim the bounty. Let's go see the...
Have you seen this man?
No.
Warrant offer for information needed to capture a
I like how you can hack stuff, that's cool. There's just so much information.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Done. All right. Okay, so so much to do still. So this one, weapons from the void. Gladys.
Rizzo's purple-berry punch.
If it's between... I'm gonna be able to set foot on a whole other planet. I know Monarch's a moon. I think it counts anyhow.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door.
Nice.
You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Oh, sounds good. Yeah, I want to see your cookies.
What do you want then? My hard-earned wisdom?
Yes.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
This lady. It's too funny. Oh wow, she's got some interesting weapons. So how do I access the groundbreaker? The logs on Hawthorne's terminal mention rumors of the groundbreaker of a scientist who bragged about the powerful weapon he was researching. Another of Hawthorne's logs mentioned looking in Gladys's shop for old records. Apparently the smugglers acquired several leads that way. Ah.
Something going... What do you think you're doing?
Here they come!
Didn't want to kill her. Why is it that every time I try to do something, someone dies? She's dead. Oh, what's that mean for me though? Oh, that's what I bought off her. Hold on, can we go back? Hold on. Auto save. Was that just now? Hopefully that was just now. Hopefully she hasn't died yet. Please tell me she hasn't died. Because otherwise I'll go back 5 minutes. It's good that you can go back to your autosaves, especially if you do a mistake. I didn't want her to die. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's alright.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. Yes, dearie? Take that darling ship of yours down to Roseway, where that distress signal I told you about came from, and ferret out some tasty corporate secrets for old Gladys. Shouldn't be too tough for a fellow like you, I'd think.
Yep.
I've got a lovely little throw pillow. Just something I toss together. Like to keep my hands busy.
There's a lot of vending machines here.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
Alright,
Didn't quite catch that. You'll have to speak up. Glass ear? Sorry, there's a lot of static on my end. Nothing to fear. Sorry again. The sound of Groundbreaker's engines has really got to me over the years. Huh? What? Huh. Now that I heard. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing.
Sweet.
There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
Nice.
Our local garbage collectors.
No
That
garbage.
Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get.
Yay.
I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
We already spoke to the moon man. Alright, let's leave him. Okay, alright, let's go speak to Udam Bedford.
This is Halcyon Duty.
He's over here.
Something about being in space.
Ah, the board.
This guy.
Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
I think everything in here is worth...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? This is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Oh, wow.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yep, he sure did.
It must have been lost with Alex then. One more tragedy to top the pile. Tell me, how did he die?
I killed him. He did the top.
You're quite right, of course. Best not to pry into such dismal things. Right. You are going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head.
Oh well.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but... I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change.
Oh, this is awesome.
I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment.
This is hilarious.
Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work? Be my guest. I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Jeez.
I have few complaints. Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
Wow.
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care. You refer to the radiator issue? Oh, goodness, it was dreadful. I was sweating constantly. Chief Tennyson certainly did take her time resolving it.
That's pretty funny.
I owe you a debt then. I was going through 3-4 shirts a day. Still, that Tennyson woman. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not June Lay's.
My, aren't you, excitable. Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day.
Arclight, thank you for the host.
My deference.
Thank you for the host. This is awesome.
I'm sorry my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your
That's
friend.
awesome. I just made him apologize.
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with,
That's awesome.
was there anything else you wanted to discuss? Ask away.
I should have just shot him. Oh, that'd have been hilarious. You imagine just shooting that guy right in the face, just like bang. You wouldn't know what to do. Alright, we've okay, so we've got our ship back, alright, so we need to do a couple of things. So what I might do, alright, so we're gonna talk to Ellie in the sick bay. So she's in sick bay here.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. She helped me win a bet. We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
Wow.
And, as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off. Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet.
That's hilarious.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Oh, what?
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real
All
happy
right,
to
we got
have you.
Ellie. Yes, we got another.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead.
Yep.
You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Alright, let's level up. Alright, I'm having too much fun just completing all these missions. There's just so much. Yeah, I'll do leadership again. Defense. Melee. Alright, so what's some more perks? What do we got here? Movement speed. Companion ability cooldown. Each critical hit. Let's have a look. So Pavadi's got a perk now. Battle Harden. Melee damage. Chance to extract mods in the field. Reset abilities. Thanks, Jeb Smith, for the Moon Man face. I love his helmet. I wanted to get it, but he wouldn't give it to me. He wouldn't give it to me. It's a great game. So we're getting there now, which is good. Alright, so what do we got now? Let's go back to the ship. It's too much fun.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Yeah, I will be. No drama.
Hey, you got a second?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by, just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You're serious? You're giving me a shot? All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone.
Awesome.
I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang. Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire.
Oh, hilarious.
In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
This is hilarious.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
How about an interview?
The fun kind? I mean, what else do you do when you got a ship of your own?
How about we just say we're trying to do good?
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that.
That's hilarious.
Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
Wouldn't want to.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Wow.
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
I like this guy already. Too funny. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain.
Okay, so I've got to talk to...
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my data pad, and well... She sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. And the trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda.
Aww.
I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now.
Hey,
okay.
Wayno, thanks for
Here we
the follow.
Let's see here.
Thanks for the follow.
Talking
Welcome to
about
Interactive
old
Studios.
friends, got to thinking.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Isabel.
If you have any questions, drop them in chat.
Who's Isabel? They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week?
Oh, man.
Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? Lost Hope? Maybe for you. I start thinking about all the things she could say and my guts start crawling up my throat. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so... Alright, so we'll give her a medical. So we'll do that one. So Felix, what's he got? So he's actually got some pretty cool stuff. So we'll give him base health. It's got an extra point as well. Cool. Alright, looks like we've got a full ship now, which is great. Take Pavati to the last hope on the Groundbreaker. Alright, come on. Let's go.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen will be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it? Something busted, Captain?
Guess we can't do it yet. Okay. What else can we do then? So we need to go to Edgewater. Alright, let's go to Edgewater. We'll get that out of the way. And then we'll go and do the other one. Alright. It's funny, we're going back to Edgewater when Edgewater was the first place that we went to. It's the first place we started off in. Alright. No. Let's go with, yeah. Alright. Wow, we got a long way to go. Hold on. I should have the map unlocked actually. And of course it's not unlocked yet. So what we'll do, we'll go to the power plant, and that way then we'll be a bit more closer. And then we're not having to run so far. So the good thing about when you unlock a certain area, you can just fast travel to it. This makes it so much easier and quicker. So we're just going to go over here. I need some more bullets too.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Andrew!
Nice. Thank you. Alright. It looks like no one's here. Okay, that bin's been emptied.
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore.
Nice.
But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Let's have a look.
Hey, take a gander. The door... Oh no. Oh no. What did you do? Oh, Myoka. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. This is crazy. That's not good. Law help me, but Anderson was right. We shouldn't have taken his contract. It's unbearable. Everyone here is blind or outed. Wow.
They were...
That's not good.
Bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses.
Wow.
Hard to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister. At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
Not good.
Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana-Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on our soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick. That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail.
Nice.
Never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Sure does. Alright, let's go. This is pretty crazy. Alright, so where do I have to go? Edgewater landing pad. Okay. I wonder how Edgewater's going since I turned the power off. And killed their boss. Thank you, Joe, for the follow. Thank you very much.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board?
Why we
Who
got
keeps ordering these?
Why we got cows? No worries, Darren. Why we got cows on board? This is ridiculous. I didn't ask for cows. That is so weird. Alright, so we need to go back to the Monarch. Thank you, Joe, for the interactive sticker. Thanks, Darren.
We're now
Appreciate it.
above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Nice. Scylla Bay. Okay, so it's just a Scylla. It's prime hunting ground. Where's Scylla? And I wish you go to Scylla and then come back here. So I got a lot of stuff to do here. Thanks, Miss Nos. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board?
Yes. Alright, so we gotta go Scylla. Okay. Scylla landing bay. Let's go.
Destination reached. Scylla.
You got a second?
What's up?
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then, one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head? Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent. Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Well, it's obviously he wants to come with us. Alright, so I've got to take off. I'll take off Pavati. Let's hope that things don't go wrong. Because if you play in Supernova difficulty, basically if anyone dies that's a companion, they don't respawn. So it's pretty interesting.
Ford had an asteroid mining operation out here. I wonder what happened to him.
Okay, so we're gonna go and get this these animals. This is cool.
Everyone all right?
Yep. Everyone's okay. This is gonna be hilarious.
Here we go.
Oh wow.
This was mine.
Alright, let's go get this other one. I love the slow motion. Thank you, Law, for the thank you for the follow. Hey, Law. How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining us. This is pretty awesome. Alright, so we've got 2 glands now. We need to get 2 more. UDL terraformer discovered, okay. Oh wow. Mega primal. Whoa.
Nobody messes with you, boss. Like me, on me, folks.
Oh, this is too good. This is the Outer Worlds. It's an RPG. It's pretty awesome. It's really good. It's done by Obsidian Studios, the guys that did Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Fallout New Vegas. Alright, so we've got the 3 of those now, good. Alright, speak to Nayoka.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait.
Alright, so we're gonna battle Big Crane
What's up?
soon.
Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch.
Nah.
There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon.
Okay.
Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon.
Nice.
He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are. Fucking right we are.
Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so before we do that, I think we've got to do something else here. So that's the Beijing docks, Udon. So we gotta find Captain. So he's over here.
Hey, outlaw. You know, you didn't have to shoot me down if you wanted an autograph.
Shut up now, and you might...
Nice. Alright, so we've got those ones. Get this outlaw. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Combat drone. Let's have a chat with this guy.
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come
Thanks,
and
Zane,
saved me the
for the
trouble.
follow.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she?
Righty. What's going on, buddy?
I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense. Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards.
Alright, so that's done. Good. Alright, so there's that mission completed. Alright, so then we're just going to talk back to the doctor once we get back there. So that's Groundbreaker and Monarch. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks for the follow, Righty. Thanks for the follow.
Everyone all right?
Nice. Yeah, no spamming, please, Law. Please don't spam chat. Please do not spam chat. But I appreciate you asking. Why am I... No. Hold on. I gotta travel to his landing pad. So where's his landing pad? I don't think we can travel to it, can we? Because we haven't unlocked it. Hold on, let's have a look. Yeah, don't spam chat, Law. Please. Follow the rules, man. There's rules there.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Oh, thank you. There you go. Follow space.
Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you are out.
So we're going to see Harlow's place. Let's go have a chat with Harlow. Harlow.
Hey, you. Looking for... Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you, then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through.
All right, let's go. Guess we're going to go through the door here. Vending machine. Here he is. Captain Harlow.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
Yeah. I'll just let you two work this out.
Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center.
I love this.
That's
It's
been
so
5
good.
years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, Hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
He kicks things what need kicking, and we look the other way when he starts talking anti-corporate. It's a good arrangement.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big.
Yeah, it's
something
cool.
the likes of which
Roanoke.
Halcyon has
It's
never
all right, man.
seen.
It's
I
okay.
want Felix to be a
Roanoke.
part of my initiative.
Is it Roanoke?
I'm fulfilling
Is
a
it
promise I made
Roanoke?
to the boy. That one day,
Not sure
he
how
and
you
I would
pronounce
change
that.
the colony together.
Yep, cool.
That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
Appreciate you being here, man.
I'm not
It's
asking
all
you to
good.
walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared.
Yeah.
I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Yeah, let's rely on him.
I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. Routed us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means.
Yeah.
Remember,
I want proof.
He wants proof.
Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready. The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay.
Yeah, nice.
Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time.
Yes.
Something on your mind?
Okay. Alright, so that's it. That's it for this planet. I love reading these logs. No sooner. Okay. Rule 2. Jeez. Oh man, this game is incredible. Alright, let's go. This kid's he's not letting in on too much, is he? Alright, so we need to go back to so we need to go to Monarch. Alright, we'll go there next. Alright, let's get we'll go to Stellar Bay first. Another vending machine discovered, nice. Oh, so much to do.
Some crew members are
Dead center. Next round's on you.
Shh, the captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
Surge, thank you for the follow.
There's
Really
viscera
appreciate
and
it.
death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No, no, no!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad.
Nice.
Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. What's that? Define favorite. I see. Then, of course, you are my favorite, Captain. I am predisposed to find your eccentricities tolerable. What do you mean? Do you have any examples of secrets you have kept from me? Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments.
Nice.
It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona. Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
What?
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion. How did you guess, Captain? The simulated files are not only stored in the recesses of my ALU, in the space between microsynapses, but I encrypted them in 7 SDRA languages. I see. Captain, I regret to inform you there appears to be an issue with the life support systems. Repairing the life support systems. All functions are now at stable levels.
Yeah.
What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses with no fundamental consciousness.
That's hilarious.
I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Too funny. Alright. Okay, so let's go to Monarch and we'll go to Roswell a little bit after. Where's Roswell? Thank you, Greenhawk. Appreciate the follow.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Alright. Thank you everyone for joining us here at Interactive Studios. If you have any questions, please do drop them in chat. We'll know to answer any questions you may have, and I hope you're enjoying the showcase of The Outer Worlds. It is available at your favorite retailers, and you can also access it through Game Pass and Ultimate Game Pass as well too. So definitely do check your favorite retailers. It's awesome. A lot of fun. There's a lot to it too. Especially the dialogue. So good. Well, I was lucky.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta...
So Grim. Grim is waiting to talk to me. Just 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Alright, sorry guys, just had to step away for a second.
Well, spit and sulfur. Mr. Sanjar keeps me posted at this landing pad, so I don't hardly know anything about what goes on in town. Still, you're here now, and that means I finally get to do this part. Okay, here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly. Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming
Mr. Jordan, thank you for the follow.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor. I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
The data on that cartridge was even more damning than I could have hoped. And to have something on UDL of all the corporations. You've given us quite the advantage.
Anyway, what can I do for you?
Quite well, actually. It's astounding how much our quality of life has improved without Graham's lunatics breathing down our necks. Our residents are reporting increased productivity during their shifts and improved satisfaction in their leisure time. And since we're back in the board's good graces, we've got real growth prospects to look forward to. What can I do for you?
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
That's hilarious. I gotta go.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon.
I don't know why you're telling me this.
What can I do for you today? Now that Graham isn't shouting over the wireless and folks aren't worried about the iconoclasts killing them in their sleep, things have gotten quiet. That means I can finally get some work done. You don't know how long I've been waiting for this. Oh, was there something you needed?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all
Shadow
right
Gods,
and pays
how are
us
you?
well.
How are you, buddy?
I just spent
Thanks
most
for
of my
joining us.
paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type.
Nice.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
That's good.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Jeez.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Hold on.
Have you
I gotta
talked to
ask.
Sebastian yet? What did he say? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse.
Okay.
But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Alright, so we've got a couple other things to do now. Alright, So I'll find this secret agent or whatever. This
Something's
agent.
wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work.
Looks like he's over here somewhere. No? Nope, it's not me. Okay, he must be outside the door.
Hey, Velma, I got your cannabinoid pills.
Oh wow. He died. Whoops.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments.
Okay.
Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind? This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money. She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Ah. All right, so I gotta help
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Okay.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Okay.
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate. For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Near the diner.
You'd steal from your own people? That's low, ma'am.
That's business. Someone's got to keep the lights on.
Wow. Wow.
Fine by me.
This is crazy. Alright.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get this all tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Nice.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Fine by me.
Alright, let's get this thing done. Alright, so we've got to complete what she's after. Hey, generate. What's going on? Let's go get this guy. Thank you, Generate, for the stickers. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Whatever you do, don't mention toss balls to Hazard. You know, I haven't seen him in a while. If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Oh, what's going on here? It's crazy. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a really good game. There's so much to it. So what am I looking for now?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town
Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Nice.
Hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain.
This is pretty cool. Can you please try to keep your windows shut? That's pretty funny. Alright. It's the south of town, eh? So much to do. Wow.
Everyone all right?
Jedi assault rifle.
Incoming!
Nice. Leveled up. Oh yeah. Thank you. Well, that's good. Right. Spend these skill points.
Heard something.
Incoming!
Awesome. I love that you can hold it and it actually does a lot more damage. Nice. Thank you for the follow, Grungy, and also Stale Bridge. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. So, says he's here somewhere. Alright, so we're going to Maytho Residence. Rizzo Spectrum. Spectrum vodka. Glass for every class.
Visitor? What an unexpected
Thank you,
surprise.
Rugged, for the follow.
Please, come in.
Appreciate it.
Come in.
Thank you very much.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
The Edgewater deserters were perfectly nice, and they lived outside the city walls. Well, maybe not Adelaide, but everyone else.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner? I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Cold Savage, we play a variety of different games, man. We play a variety of different games.
You must be famished. So are we, my friend, but one can't rush a fine meal. Is it sticking again? I'm afraid nothing out here works the way it used to. There's a bit of a trick to jimmying it open. I'll see to it once we've finished dinner. Please, there's no need for incivility. Though I certainly understand how hunger sharpens the temper. I promise I'll get the door open once we've had our meal. Until then, why don't you stretch your legs a bit? A nice walk around the house will surely limber them up.
This guy is... This is crazy. This guy is weird.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? Sorry, I'm not real good with, names. It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the
Thank
details
you,
slip.
King, for the follow.
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, too.
Other times, it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before? That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
Okay, what's for dinner, I wonder? She looks pretty busy.
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not? And who could? Stretch out your hand and cosmic divinity reaches back. Open wide your mouth and the universe provides sustenance.
I got a feeling they killed this guy and they're eating him.
Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted. Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
Yeah, got a bad feeling about this. Can I look in the pot? Something's not right here. Something's definitely not right. Door's locked there. Who's this? Lizzie? She's run off. Where'd she go?
Hey, what are you doing in my room? Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Your rocket candies?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring. I'm not telling you.
Yep. He's definitely been eaten. I reckon they're eating him. Something's just not adding up here.
asshole. Ain't enough that the rats eat everyone? Now people are doing it too? I'm gonna be sick.
Okay. I knew it. I knew it. They were eating him. Look. This is crazy. Escape the house. I'm gonna kill these guys. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill these guys. I could have looked through the wall here. Would have seen it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to kill him. Alright, so we'll unlock the door there.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
Oh dear.
Quickly, my dear. He's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
Nice work! You're too strong! Hit him with something!
I killed them.
Explain this to folks. Everybody with missing family will wonder if these people.
Well, they won't be needing this anymore. These people are weird. Alright, let's see if we can find that rock candy. Nope. There's no candy in here. Okay. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Oh, hold on. There was something else upstairs, wasn't there? I still can't believe they killed him. Alright. Bunch of cannibals. So we need to go back to town. Hey, X420, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? Thank you, Phineas, is it? Thank you for the follow. I love it. It's good. It's a great game. Generate. It's really good, but if his game keeps crashing, what he should do is just uninstall it and reinstall it, and it'll fix the problem. Sounds like it didn't install correctly.
Hey, no one deserves to go like that. Certainly not folks just trying to get by.
Thanks for saying that. You know, after seeing so many people get
Nice.
trip into sulfur pools, shot by marauders, I always figured we'd die young.
I'd
You
give
get
you a
campy
friendlier
for
welcome,
Fallen?
but I'm up to my
Appreciate
elbows
it.
in salt tuna guts.
We spat in your spirits, Velma.
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need? That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now. Oh, sure. Because Monarch's just teeming with experts in the finer points of salt tuna health.
That's
Still,
crazy.
it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind? Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Fair enough. The damn thing's been a headache anyway. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon.
Nice. Oh, we got the poster. Oh, we can deliver the poster now. Right. Where is it? The Grim Tomorrow. Yes, over here.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was gonna spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Okay. No worries, buddy. You're welcome. Yeah, another quest completed. Alright, someone said something about the yacht club.
New face, huh? You from Off-World?
Who is Nayoka? She's my companion. So she's one of my crew members. So basically she helps in times of fights and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome.
Nice.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits.
Nice.
But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Nice.
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas.
Nice.
But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true. I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors.
Thank you for the follow.
Velma's taking a cut off the profits.
Dan Darkness, thank you.
So far, it's just gossip, you know? But if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Alright, so Noyoko and Parvati are my crew members. So as you can see, you can level them up as well. You can give them perks, different weapons. You can change their outfits. They're pretty cool. Alright. So now I need to find proof. Over here. Can I get up there?
Damn, that's some nimble fingers, Captain.
Alright, so we found that one. Alright, so what do I need to do now? So Caleb's living off stash of bits. You acquired Caleb's stash of bits from the Chester balcony of his house. Caleb believes Wilmer is skimming. Alright, let's...
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
Okay, so I need to find the information. So it'd probably be in the dock, wouldn't it? William, thanks for the follow. So it's probably in the office here somewhere. Ooh, hello, lunchroom. This is where the workers are. Okay, there's a worker there. Okay, leads to another door. Apart from there. It's probably upstairs here somewhere. Personal files. The quest is broken for you. Really? Shouldn't be. Retry it. Go back to a previous load. And it should fix it for you.
Great work.
I can't hack it. I need to be 55. I need hack to be on 55. Yeah. Okay. What can I use? Alright, see if I can get a hack from him.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a spell and revel with us.
Yeah, you've already said that.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? What? Something happened to our stashed bit carts? But I hid it so careful. No one saw me put the lockbox on my balcony. No one goes up there but me. We must be dealing with some sort of criminal mastermind. Well, if we can't afford to skip work, we ain't got no leverage. Space me, but good. I guess you ought to tell Velma we're coming back to work.
Yay! Oh, so we'll let Velma know.
It's dangerous for her body. Spit it out.
I'm still frightened about Junlei. About how maybe she might not like me anymore. You had a sweetheart once. Is your courtship as uncertain as mine?
Nah.
Is there any files here? There's gotta be something.
I see something I want. I take it or I die trying.
There's gotta be something. That's a grenade launcher.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape
Thanks,
than this.
Avatar. Thank
Hey,
you, buddy.
you want to try running
For
a
the,
cannery
follow.
with obsolete
Really
machinery?
appreciate it.
You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need? You knocked any sense into him yet? Sweetest words I've heard all day. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts.
Nice.
Honest work deserves honest pay. Something else on your mind?
Okay, good. Alright, so we've done that mission. I might just speak to Sanjay and just let him know what's going on with the...
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest Hospital games.
Nice.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me.
Nice,
You look
Asha.
like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths. Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out.
Nice.
Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes
Thank you for the
it's
follow,
toss
Saintly
ball.
Spider. Thank you.
So, what can I do for you? For a while, yeah. They'd come in all fuzzy and really late. Probably on account of all that iconoclast nonsense Graham was broadcasting. But lately, they've been coming through a lot better. I can almost see Letty Guzman's remaining teeth.
Nice. Alright, no worries, Asher.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Okay. Let's go get him. Let's go get these guys. Teach him a lesson.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Excuse me? Who are you talking to?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. You gone. Okay, so let's check everywhere, make sure we got everything. Let's move to Sanjay.
Stellar Bay is safe and sound since you handled the Iconoclast threat. Anyway, what can I do for you?
It's good.
But that's terrible. What happened? But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters. Live and learn, I suppose. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Nice. What's that up there? Oh, it's the boat. It's the ship. That's right. Yeah, because I landed here. I'm silly. That's Rosemary. That's Rosemary as well. Okay, gotta go Fallbrook. I'm just playing on normal avatar. Just normal. Just the normal difficulty. Hey, Hellred Wolf. What's going on, buddy? Cool name. Love the name, man. Thanks for joining us. Alright, so let's fast travel. So we need to go. Once the map loads. There is Fallout Bay. Fallbrook, sorry, I should say. Fallbrook. Alright. Let's go this way.
Hey, Kev. Knock, knock.
Speaking to my left ear, will you? Right one's damaged. Last we talked, I only got half of what you said.
That's pretty funny.
Well, I'm half listening. Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia. Found it on a corpse, huh? If you killed Lilia's agent, you get to explain it to her, not me. Well, shit. I knew he'd come to a bad end one day.
Nice.
Still, no time for weeping and wailing. We've got a metric fuck-ton of bits worth of salvage just waiting for extraction.
Jeez.
All right. One of my runners uncovered a cache of Alta Vitae gas, left in a lab when the board abandoned Cascadia. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe. I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders.
Nice.
The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
And will again. We ought to be taking any opportunity we get to bury those critters in lead.
Direct and aggressive. I always did like your sensibilities. You know when to strike and when to wait. Shame what came of your crew.
Crews are for ships. They were a family.
Close enough. Now, after you clear the manti nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Load vapors into a liquid propellant tank? I think I know how to do that. No, I can do that. I think. Yes. Mostly? Definitely.
Too funny.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. On the terminal, use the passcode you got from Stellar Bay to get in. Best of luck, Fixer.
Okay.
Speaking to my left ear, will you? Right one's damaged. Last we talked, I only got half of what you said. Well, I'm half listening. I'll presume you mean Arthur, the one you sent scurrying back like a sprat with his tail cut off? Reckon I'm happy he's alive. I'd be happier if the marauders who botched my drop were dead. I take it you don't have a reservation. No matter, I keep a suite of VIP rooms for visitors of your, let's call it a certain means. The VIP rooms charge by the night, but for you, I'll make it a one-time fee. Got a feeling you'll make me a fine investment. Too steep for your blood? That's a damn shame.
Yep. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we've completed that. So what are we going to do now? So we've got secret lab. Oh, we need to clear out the old base. So much to still do, it's crazy. Alright. So we need to get to the cave, so we're going to go to Cascada Turnpike, and that way then it'll get us a bit more closer. So when you fast travel to an area that you've been to before, so then you don't have to travel as far. Yeah. I tend to notice that it uses the same ones.
Beginning security.
That's the last of them.
So, what about some go? Yes, it's over here. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm gonna take down these bad guys. This should be good. Thanks, Opal. So much to collect. Why is everything locked? Like I gotta pick, like, lock pick everything.
Well, this is the spot.
There we go.
You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all
Thanks,
these bugs and everything would
Vintage,
be all
for
right in the
the
end.
follow. Really appreciate it.
But I ain't. I'm mostly
Thanks
just
again, Patterson.
empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. More like attached at the hip to her older sister. Got a kind of strength between them, I suppose. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
Yeah. Real Zesty will be in 10 minutes.
Here they come! Rocket through! Nice!
Woo! Nice. I wonder why they always have a necklace. You should be watching. Right. So I wonder if there's a perk for hacking. There's got to be a perk to help with hacking. Vendor buying machines. Yeah. Let's speak to Nayoka.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
So we done now? Yep. Looks like we're done.
Nicely done.
Okay, and there was another box somewhere, I think, that needed to be picked. This one over here, I think it was.
You make it look so easy.
Let's get out of here. Stick around, guys. 5 minutes. We're going to hand it over to Real Zesty, and he's going to take you through some Outer Worlds. So definitely stick around for that. Should be good fun. Alright, so we've done that one. So we've got to... You've got to go to that Cascada house. So that's Felix. So that's Trask. Groundbreaker. Oh. Take Max to visit Reginald. Okay. So we're going to head back to Fallbrook. Let's fast travel back there.
You seen Arthur today?
Last time I saw him. Stars, I can't remember. Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge collapse?
It was his team running that drop?
Alright.
Sure puts things into perspective.
So we need to find Reginald Cheney. Where is he? Inside? Hold on, let's have a look. Yeah, so it's just over here. So there's a waterfall that's over here.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways.
Here he is.
Mind your own business, friend. Mind your own business,
Okay,
friend.
I need to get Reginald Cheney. Oh no, so I need to leave the town and come back. So I need to bring Vicar. The Vicar. That's not cool. So Vic and Max needs to join me. Alright. I love the autosave, so good. Alright. So all we'll do is we'll save where we're up to. So then it just saves it. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're going to leave that there, guys. We're going to hand it over to Real Zesty, so please don't go anywhere. As always, thanks for watching. Please do check your favorite retailers for the Outer Worlds. It is absolutely amazing. Don't forget you can also access it through Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. We'll be right back, and don't go anywhere. And as always, thanks for watching.